I wasn't muted for that. It's fine. Welcome to the stream. It wouldn't be a stream without a technical difficulty.
That's fair, I guess.
OBS is frozen.
For the course.
Oh, I am too high.
Hi.
Hello!
Welcome to the stream. I'm your host and Dungeon Master Camille, because I don't have an intro in the intro thing, because I am great at this. This is my first time. Welcome. This is the first Dawn campaign, which takes place thousands and thousands of years before the current campaigns of Sunday Friends and Fates Chosen. One day Sunday Friends will have an actual stream name, instead of just Sunday Friends. It's one yawn. Okay. Before we get started, Can y'all hear the music?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't think you were asking us. Yes.
I actually didn't do the sound check. It's fine.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay. Let's do a quick sound check. Really quick. Dax, say something.
Hi, I'm Dax. I play Ruby Swiftfoot, the halfling cleric of Saren Ray, and I don't know if my web captioner is working based off. Oh, nope, it is. Yay.
Can you turn yourself up a little bit? And we'll go to Jordan.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I play Aravad, and apparently people are continuously surprised that Aravad is a very straightforward person, and when he said he doesn't want to talk about himself, he legitimately doesn't, and so we'll take every opportunity to not do that.
And Stacey.
I am Stacy and I play Signy. I'll kick your ass! No, just kidding. I'm not gonna kick your ass. I'm nice and sweet, I guess. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know what to say.
You're just a hair loud. Graham.
Hi, my name is Graham. And I play this guy, maybe you've heard of him. Maybe not, probably not. Named Madry. Wolfheart.
AKA Dadrian.
Yes. Or Beardrian, depending. He is a oracle and a fighter and a family guy.
Okay. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, there's a kitty. He should not be in here because he eats headphone cables. So, Ruby. Wait, who did the 8-character recap last time? I'm pretty sure it was Ruby. Let's do Graham.
I think so.
Let's do Graham. Can you do Madrine? Can you give us an in-character recap of last? Maybe not. Signy, can you give us an in-character recap of what happened last time?
Oh boy. I'm still nervous about my accent. Okay. So, last Saturday was a great war. We fought a primordial named
Nicole.
Nekal, which is some big monster that looks like water but isn't actually water, I think. I don't know. I just work here. So we all fought this war, and as we were doing this, Nekal summoned a great tidal wave that Ruby pushed back like nothing, which was very impressive, but I won't tell her that, no. What's that god's name?
Which one?
The one that spicy one that appeared behind Ruby.
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus. No. I shouldn't be doing the recap. So Asmodeus, as she did this and prayed, appeared behind Ruby and protected her. And we were able to defeat everyone, which is great. I yeeted somebody off the cliff. they lived, which was great, but I wasn't looking. It's okay if they died. I don't know. But after, I helped Madrian bury the enemies that we fought, and I wasn't there, but I saw with my binoculars that Arvad and Ruby were talking down on the shore about something important, and I think that's everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was totally not in character. I'm so sorry.
That was great.
I'm so sorry.
That was great.
I'll get next week. It's a promise.
Thank you so much.
So, let's go back to our overlay. First on, as y'all know, this is a short-term campaign, so there's going to be a lot of time skipping. This is one instance of that. After the Great Battle of Nukal versus Sarenrae, Sehanine, Paylor, and Bane, formerly known as Akra, the cleanup time, the recovery time, takes months. There are mass graves to be dug. There are the aftermath of Nukal's departure from this world. Floods ravage towns nearby. It's devastating, and I'm assuming that you all take this time to help out and help rebuild. Before we get to our next section of this campaign, there will be another 6 months that pass. So a year between the fight and where we are going to be picking up next roleplay session. In this time, you have a difficult choice to make. You can either travel, make the journey to Lakal, who is her own astral dominion and the goddess of mercy and healing. You can either go to her or help Bahamut fight against. Let me make sure I have this right. Against Nihil, the primordial of nothingness. They are both to be taken. You can only pick one, and you all have chosen to go to Lakal. Now, in the 6 months after the cleanup, several things are going to happen. Why don't you all tell me what they are? Let's start with Madrian. You are on your way to Lakal, going to pass by your home.
Well, I'm gonna stop in and say hello.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure they didn't forget about me.
They did not forget about you. You see that your wife, Akalia, is incredibly happy to see you. She's a little clingier than you remember. It's pretty easy to guess that she has been missing him terribly. She clearly tried to tidy up for your return. But that night, as you lay down for sleep, you notice that she is covered in tattoos now. Dark blue tattoos, one that spans up her arm, into her neck, up her neck, to her ear, just down her left shoulder. If you press about these tattoos, she will tell you that they are to enhance her magic.
Yeah, and I know that I sent her about it right after the battle, so
Yeah.
probably won't press it too much. I brought some gifts back from children.
Mhm.
Oh,
Your 3
nice.
daughters.
I brought them 3 stuffed animals.
Your youngest daughter, Seema, seems to be sort of okay with it, but Asara and Sura are not happy. They are way too old for stuffed animals.
Well,
In fact,
It's-
your middle daughter, Asara, seems to be offended that you didn't bring her back a weapon.
well, I've still got my old bow.
Are we there with Madrid?
It depends if Madrine invited you in.
I mean, I'd always invite my friends to my house, yeah?
So while Madrian isn't looking, I'm gonna give the oldest daughter a dagger.
The oldest daughter, I'll go ahead and describe them to you. The oldest daughter is Sura. This is a bit of a family name, so if you've heard it elsewhere in the campaign, this might be why. Sura is blonde with light blue eyes. Her long hair is very straight. She's very serious, very somber, very concerned about her sisters and her mother and her father when he comes home. Asara is the opposite. She is typical middle child. Imagine her as a steamroller and a hand grenade all in one. The youngest, Seema, is quite independent, a little aloof, kind of does her own thing. All 3 of them share very similar physical traits. Asara's hand is a bit wavier, a little messier, pulled back, kind of shorter. And the youngest daughter's hair is pulled up into a high little bun. Remind me how old they are, Madrian, in this circumstance.
I believe it's 13, 11, and 8 or
Yes.
9.
Yeah.
Which was the one that was offended that
The middle daughter.
that's the one that I will give a dagger to.
Yes.
That is not a toy.
I know.
Don't tell Madrian, he will get angry with me. But
I would never. She
Okay.
finds a way to sheath it and hide it.
that
You
is
see
very
Sarah, the oldest, just roll her eyes. Dad.
Yeah?
It's Sarah. I need to talk to you.
Oh, you can talk to me about anything, kiddo. Oh,
Like,
Bubba Squat.
privately.
All right. Come over here then, and I'll lead her to my room.
Mom seems more stressed than normal. She's been working a lot.
She does that sometimes.
Yeah, but like more than normal.
Like not coming home for dinner, or like.
I mean, she's always here, but she spends a lot of time just working, and I don't think she's sleeping.
All right. I'll have a word with her.
I mean, I'm not telling you to get on to her. I mean, that would be rude, but she has these moments where she seems distant, like we'll be playing
Like she'd rather. Oh, sorry.
where we'll be playing dragon chess and I catch her staring at me like really weirdly.
Well, I mean that's kind of how she stared at me for a while. You know, like she'd rather be staring at a scribble scrabble.
A book.
Yeah, but
God, Dad, you're such a dork.
well, when you're older, you'll be happy if someone counts you as a dork. That's the honest truth.
All right, Dad. Look, I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, come on, give me a hug.
She'll give you a big hug, like a big squished hug.
Oh, definitely gonna spin her around, like all the way around.
You hear for the first time since you've been home your daughter laugh. Oh, let's get some good sentimental music going on. I'm glad you're back, even if it's only for a little bit. We missed you.
And not a day goes by that I don't think about all of you. It's not easy being away. I know you understand that, and your mother understands it, but well, come on. When I was your age, I don't know if I've ever told you about this, but my parents dropped me off and well, they never came back.
Yeah.
And you know I'd never do that to you, your sisters, your mother, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I've never not come home before, right?
Not yet.
Not ever.
Okay.
Well, how about you teach me how to play some Dragon Chess? Well, I know you love that game.
You don't know how to play dragon chess?
Well, didn't really have many people to play with, and you know your mother. She would have beaten me in like the first turn, and that wouldn't have been any fun.
Okay, fine. She'll give you another hug.
Well, I'm gonna give her at least 10.
During this 6-month period, is there anything else that anybody would like to accomplish? Or what else would you be doing? Ruby?
I probably would have picked up a blank journal at some point and started chronicling all the places we've been so far, little notes on the people I'm traveling with, and starting to pose questions to myself about what might happen after this is all over with and what I really want to do with my life.
And what answers do you get?
I do make sure that the very first thing I write in my journal is notes about that book that Aravad read to me from, about a traveler who spent a lot of time at various temples. And kind of like the first question to myself is end goal, big question marks. And then as we start going through all these towns and villages on our journey, I start wondering, if and when I survive, what is the best way to say goodbye? Since I'm sure when this is all over with, Signy will return to the Feywild. Madrian's going back to his family. So I just start paraphrasing little speeches in my journal.
Beautiful. Signy?
I think as I've been traveling, I already know that Signy does not believe in Arvindor anymore. She's been thinking about it a lot ever since that night in the woods. she doesn't pray much anymore. Just moving forward, just trying to get stuff done and not think about anything, think of the end goal. She misses her son. Well, I miss my son. But part of me feels like if I were to return, that I would be a stranger to him. That he wouldn't know me anymore. And I'm afraid of that. But
you do also recognize that time does pass differently in the Feywild. When you leave, it could be minutes that you've left, it could be years that you've left. You're not really, it depends on the magic.
yeah.
So that's also hard.
Yeah.
How do you think that your relationship with your fellow traveling companions has changed over time?
I mean, I've gotten a lot softer, I'm sure. I really enjoyed meeting Madrian's kids. I have a soft spot for kids, but don't tell anybody. I feel like I can trust them more than ever. So I would die for them.
Arvad, in the last 6 months, how have things changed for you?
I have, well, primarily I stuck around the battlefield. I helped clean up. I've been helping the towns around. That's kind of been my big focus. I would like to think that I would have encouraged Madrian to go see his family. Maybe encourage the other members of my group to separate and decompress a little bit before we continued on. Of course, if they wanted to stay and help, I would not deny them that. But definitely, war takes a toll on everyone. And it's always important to refresh. So after I would have been helping in the towns, rebuild mostly, saving and in the moment where I needed to be, but most of my efforts probably would have been focused on recovery and rebuilding. I probably, if there was still some time, I probably would have gone to find Ray. Not 100% sure where she is, so I don't know how successful that would be. And like the idiot I am, I haven't taken sending, so I
mean, I can
wonder where I
send
know
her for
she's
you.
been. I've already encouraged you to go.
It takes you a few weeks, but you understand that there's something magical about intention, about knowing that you want to see her, knowing that you want to kind of be with her again, for even if it's for a short time, to talk to her. And even though you don't have sending, after a few weeks of this intention, you putting this intention out into the world, there she is. Tan skin, blonde hair, bright blue eyes. Your lover, Ray.
There you are.
There you are.
I'll walk up and I'll go for a big hug if she lets me.
Oh, definitely. She'll kiss you if you'll let her.
Of course. Did you stay around for the battle?
Yes.
Glad to see you made it through.
You as well. How are you?
Worried, but okay.
I'm worried
That-
for you.
Yeah.
This is a big venture that you're taking on.
You as well. I thought that victory would be a bit more decisive than it was. I thought the gods that we had gotten to come with us, and I thought the forces we had gathered would be fairly overwhelming. May have underestimated our foe a bit.
We lost many. And I was not able to bring as many as I wanted back.
Can only do so much.
I
Aram must have his due.
should be able to do more.
You do a lot.
Have you heard from Lakal?
No, that's actually where the band I found myself a part of has decided to go next. I think they all kind of came to the same conclusion that we're not quite ready.
Yes, she is refusing to leave her astral dominion, and I'm worried.
Well, with the amount of pain in the world, I imagine it's a bit overwhelming for a goddess of healing.
And mercy. Regardless, I'm possibly being too critical. The point is I'm worried about you, about this, all about you. Tell me of your travel companions. I saw you and your halfling friend.
Yes, that was Ruby. She is...
Precious.
Yes, very much so. A cleric of Sarenrae.
So I heard.
Well-traveled, well-studied, a bit worn.
I've heard her stories about Avandra.
Yes, I've been telling that one quite a bit. Well, I don't think her devotion is changing.
I would hope not.
I think she has done something great for her people.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with her and with the call. And your other companions as well.
Yes, if you can, in your prayers, take a moment for Signy.
The elven one you've told me about.
Yeah. She is a holy warrior of Corellon that I don't think believes in Corellon anymore.
You know, Arvad, the thing about mortals is that we're free to choose.
That is true.
And, you know, I have issue with Corellon at time, myself.
I think everyone does.
He is hard to pin down and hard to rely on.
Such is his nature.
Yes, but for someone who wants more stability, more answers to their prayers, all I mean to say is, yes, I will pray for your friend. And I will keep an eye. But she is free to choose her own destiny.
Of course.
Arvad.
I know. Yes, my love.
That's all. I should go. I am
I know.
needed.
Go. Go be your amazing self.
I long for the day when you come home.
As do I. Don't know when that will be. It'll be grand. I'll make sure it's someone else's holiday so I can sneak in.
Of course. Goodbye, Arvad.
My love. There are tears, for sure.
Mhm. What else would you all like to accomplish in the next 6 months?
I think beyond that, I would probably travel in the wilds a bit. I think Madrian had a good point that I don't navigate that terrain very well. So while I'm away, I'll spend a little bit more time sort of roughing it
By yourself?
by myself, and as my companions sort of return, I'll spend time with them as well.
I would say for the sake of this, Ruby is the first one to return. It is just before sunset, and you are camped outside of a small town. Small village, really. Very primal, very basic. Not even a tavern to behold. And there you see your halfling friend walking up the path. Giant backpack. Wild hair. Longer or the same?
Probably would have kept it around the same length.
Just
Hair that curly, it starts getting a little long, it becomes unruly.
that's fair.
I see Arvad and I start hurrying up my pace, struggling with my large pack. Arvad!
Ruby, welcome back.
What have you been up to in all this time?
Oh, well, I've been bolstering my ability to survive in different environments. I think I've done quite well here. I have cheated a little bit, though. The nature of being able to mold earth and move water does help a fair amount, but I think it's all right.
So, you got sick of being smacked in the face with tree branches, and instead of learning to avoid the tree branches, you just moved them.
I didn't move the tree branches. I can mold earth and shape water. I cannot move wood.
You can move where the trees are rooted, though, by logic.
I had not considered that. Still, I can't move the trees on the fly while I'm running. I have been running. If I'm going to keep up with you lot, I'll have to maintain some sort of shape.
Yeah, Signy can move pretty fast when she wants to.
All of you can. It's quite the sight. Quite the sight.
Have you heard from them yet?
No, I have not. As I understand it, Madrian's home is a bit further away, so I imagine the journey took a little longer. He did send me about a week ago. But again, I'm not 100% sure his concept of time. He said they were on their way back, and his message cut off like halfway through. He probably ran out of slots because he remembered, as casting his wife, that he needed to send me something, and so he only had the one left. This is a guess.
Well, that's true. I mean, he does also start out some of his sendings with, "Hi, Arvad, it's Madrian." So, I mean,
Yeah,
He
I
does
don't know
eat
why
up
he
quite a bit.
introduces himself on each message.
I don't know why
get
either.
it.
it's like you'd think he would know we recognize his voice by now. We've spent an inordinate amount of time with him.
I mean, I guess there's something to be said for polite and manners and some sort of magical etiquette when you're invading someone else's mind, but still.
Madrian and Signy.
I think I just sneezed.
You
Oh,
make
really?
your way back. You are making your way to the small town where you know you will be meeting Aravad and Ruby. What does your travel look like?
Well, probably a lot of silence.
I love your children. And then I walk fast. I walk faster.
Yep. I love them too.
I look back and I'm like, I'd like to see them again. And then I walk more faster.
Well, you can come over anytime. It's not like my house is hard to find. Just stop on in. Before I left, I think I would have had a word with my wife about paying more attention to her health and to not let her work and studies take precedence. And I know that would be a hard sell. So I might have had to nag her for a few days. But I definitely would have phrased it as I'm out here risking my life and can't let the war take two of us.
Make an insight check.
All right. What is my insight?
Did I hear that?
Yeah. Just off in the distance, you are kind of waiting for him to say goodbye.
That is a 24.
You see her eyes kind of get a little wet, and she kind of shakes her head and... Maddie, it won't.
Promise me.
I promise.
Right. I have to head out.
Goodbye. I love you.
I love you too. Give her a big sweeping hug and kiss if allowed. And I'll say goodbye to all three kiddos.
Sura cries a little bit.
Oh, sweetie. Well,
I'm fine.
hey, I'll pick her up. She's still small enough I can pick her up,
She's
right?
13, so she's.
Oh, I'm tough and strong. I've got like a 18 strength. I can pick
Yeah.
up a person.
Yeah, you can pick her up.
I pick her up. Hey, like, it's all right to be sad.
She
it's
buries
alright.
her face in your neck.
Well, gently brush my hand through her hair. Let her cry as long as she needs. It's all right to be sad when someone needs to leave, when there's a parting of anything or anyway. Just the good boys aren't what define our relationships with others. It's the moments in between the hello and the goodbye that really matters. And I love you. And give her a nice little kiss on top of that.
She is calmed and eventually pushes her way away from you.
Before I leave, I'm gonna smuggle a book from my backpack and just kind of leave it.
What book is it?
Madrian's been trying to keep a diary. It's like simple sentences and probably like a significant amount of like run-on sentences. That's like a paragraph. And he's going to tuck it under one of the girls' beds. And in the margin, like in the back page, he has 3 letters to each of his daughters.
You can write those letters to me if you'd like.
So, Signy, how long do you think we're going to be before we catch up with them? Eh?
Not very long. And Madrian, you will see your family again. I've already made that promise to you, and I will keep it.
Right, and I made a promise to get you back to your son. I don't make promises lightly.
Neither do I.
I've been thinking about growing a mustache.
Sure. Madrian, maybe you should ask your wife. I feel like she's quite smart. And she could give you the correct answer to that question.
Well, I mean, like, I can shave it before I come back, yeah? It's not like hair stops growing. I mean, unless I get bald. But, I mean, can you get bald for a mustache?
Madrian, we have to look at you.
Well, seems like I'll ponder it. I'll send her, maybe in a day or two. Ask her for her opinion on it.
Before you even get halfway through this ending. No.
Well, that was quick. That was probably the quickest time she's ever given me a definite answer on anything. But I've been thinking a lot. I think we'll know when we're close to Arabad. I think we'll probably hear singing, right? Right, like we'll be like walking through the woods. This is how I picture it. And we'll just hear him playing music.
Hopefully they're singing together.
Oh. Do tell? I wasn't aware that. I mean, we heard Ruby sing once, but you think it's a duet?
What do you think I'm thinking?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to roll an insight on that. Oh yeah. I am definitely picking up what you're throwing down.
I was just talking about singing. Madrian, what are you talking about?
I just think they'd sound really nice together, like singing.
That is true. I think so too.
Like, I think they'd make a nice team. I mean, we all make a nice team, but like, I think they'd make a really good singing group.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the word. I don't sing.
Is it a cappella?
Yeah, they'd make a really nice a cappella.
That is the word, right, for singing?
Oh, sounds right.
Y'all would know that I have a lute. And that's primarily what I play. Or a lyre.
Adrian doesn't know anything with music or big words.
Lyre is 4 letters.
What?
Maybe
when you misspell it, though.
Maybe Aravad can play us a song on that wood thing with strings.
What are Aravad and Ruby doing when Madrian and Signy arrive? Needing a moment. They need a moment. They got their own room.
1 or 2. Whoa, hey now.
My ribs hurt so bad from laughing.
Well, this is not going to help the situation at all. Anticipating my group's return and attempting to just sort of make things a little more like home. One thing I had been doing is I had been using some of my newly learned spells of nature to sort of make the area around our camp a bit more wild. I know it's not quite the same, but maybe a slice of home. I had also come into the ability to shape stone And in my ability to shape stone and move water, I had made a reflecting pool, like the one in the temple to Sarenrae. So when Ruby returned the next day at dawn, I would have woken her up and shown her that if she wanted it, she had a place.
Arva, this is absolutely beautiful.
It took a bit of work. The stone that they use in that temple is apparently very local, and so it's not quite here. So refining what I had, so it was kind of right. But everyone needs their own space and something to anchor them when they're not home.
You give yourself too little credit. It's wonderful.
I give myself as much as I'd like.
Well, then I will make up for it and give you more.
You could try. I'm much louder than you.
So you think. And with that, I will kneel at the pool and take full advantage before Madrian comes and starts questioning if the pool was there to begin with or not, and do my prayers.
What do they sound like?
Damn it, why did I say that? I know you too well. Dawnflower, I know we have another big step ahead of us. And I pray that you stay by our side and grant us your blessing so that we may be successful in our next endeavor.
You feel a warmth settle over you. You know that she is always with you. Signy and Madrian, this is when you arrive.
So anyway, as I was saying, the key to making a good omelet.
Yes. What is it? Is it a real key?
No, you gotta use the eggs, and you gotta cook it and flip it.
But
But
that
you gotta-
is Madrian, that's a normal one.
Well, maybe where you're from.
Is that
But when
there
I
are
grew
magical
up,
omelets in the material plane?
maybe this warrants more discussion, and maybe next time we have time, we'll go to like a Feywild, and you can show me how they do it there.
You'd really love the Feywild.
Well, don't think I've ever been. We see Aravad and Ruby. Oi!
Ah, you have returned. Wonderful.
Well, hopefully you didn't miss us too much.
I will always miss you. However, I am glad that you had this time.
Well, sounds like someone needs a hug.
Come here.
Oh,
He is
I'm
in
not
very
quite
good
prepared
spirits.
for the strength and vigor of Madrian's hug. So it's like, okay, all right, you win. My 0 strength modifier is not helping.
He's in very good spirits after seeing his family.
I can see. Well, I do have a bit of a surprise for you, Madrian. And
Okay.
I will hold up a basket full of eggs. And say, we can make omelets.
Magical omelets?
Well, Madrian won't stop talking about them, so I figured I'd give him a chance to make them.
well, the true magic in omelets is the love you put in them. Cooking is a passion of love.
Is it?
Sometimes ingredients and technique matter a smidge.
Why is it love when you kill things?
Well, I mean, I never kill things. Maybe
You have
that's
to
why there's so
kill-
much love.
You have to kill the cow to eat it. You have to kill the deer to eat it. You have to kill the chicken to eat it. That is love. You have to kill a lot of things to eat them.
I doubt. What? I'm sorry. So are you saying that things taste better when you kill it?
I'm just saying that I don't think there's any love in killing.
Well, I don't really know.
I see that I stumped Mandarin a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I just go, sorry. And then I walk away.
You see Ruby having just finished a prayer at a small pool.
Ruby, has this always been here?
I open an eye. Oh, hi, Signy.
It's nice to see you.
I'm gonna stand up, brush dirt off the front of my robes. It's good to see you too. Have you spent all your time with Madrian? I'm gonna look over at
Yes.
Madrian, who seems very concerned and confused.
I say, yes, does it show? I'm actually smiling.
No, yes, a little bit. I'm glad you both made it here safe. What happened to Madrian? Why does he look confused?
Oh, I thought it was his mustache.
That's both.
Sorry. It could possibly be because I insulted him on his cooking.
Signy, didn't
Okay.
you have another dagger? You're
What?
definitely a weapon short.
I lost it while traveling here. I noticed it a long time ago, though. I didn't not know.
Interesting.
What have you been doing? How are you?
I am well.
Yeah. Tell us about you two. What have you two been up to?
Well, Ruby only just got here last night.
But to answer your question, Madrian,
And I'll walk a little closer.
Within Hug's reach?
Oh god.
Oh boy.
I mean, I suppose I'm close enough to you that I have to crane my head back.
Well, I'm gonna offer a hug,
All right, I will accept the hug.
and I won't even pick you up.
I appreciate that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been working on this,
and I pull out my little journal.
and it's got places that I've heard about that I want to see when this is all done. Figure no better time to start than the present, right?
Yeah. It sounds like a wonderful thing. So, what are some of the places you want to go to?
Oh, I don't have specifics just yet. It's more like just a temple of this god or the next. No, so it's what you get when you're listening to rumors and passing strangers talk. It's kind of rude to interject and ask for specifics, so I just...
Well, it sounds like a fun thing. I don't really do much planning myself. I just kind of follow where the dreams lead me.
Or where Akalia does?
That too. Well, yeah.
How is she, by the way?
she's, well, I suppose. I'll lower my, no, I'm not gonna lower my voice. I'm concerned about her. I feel like she's letting work take precedent. That's a big word. I would know. Taking a large part of her time, and that she's trying her best to make the world safer, but she's not really telling me everything. And I mean, it's probably because I'm not really smart at magic stuff.
I'm sure she just doesn't want to worry you, Madrian.
Well, I'm going to be worried anyways. It's kind of part of the trade. You don't tell them, they're going to worry about it anyways. I just usually tell people. But enough about me. It's good to see you. I've missed you both quite a lot.
Now that you are all reunited, the next logical step is to go and find Lakal. Aravati knows she is her own astral, has her own astral dominion. That she essentially is her own astral dominion. You know of a place in the world that is a door, essentially. It's another 2 or 3 month trek. But reunited, your spirits are high, and you fight some primordials along the way, and you begin to hear word of a great battle that is upcoming against Nahil. Hold on.
Zahir Nahil.
Yep, Nahil. It's otherwise an easy journey. And you find yourselves, after a few months, in front of a gate. This gate is not an actual gate. It's between 2 pillars, pillars of stone, with something of a gate spell between them. The journey here was arduous and long and at times stressful and frustrating. But as you see this stone archway in front of you, you feel a sense of accomplishment, having found it.
Well, this took a bit longer than expected. But I'm glad we're here. Any questions before we go in?
Who is this?
Well, this is not a person, it's a gate. I am Aravad, your Signy.
As I recall, you're not very strong, Aravad.
I lack in certain physicality.
So don't push me.
I will walk over to Signy and just very lightly.
I take a step back.
What are we going to do with you? And then I just cross my arms.
I will attempt to put an arm around Signy Be like, the world is open to us. What more do we need? Come now. Now, I assume you meant Lakal. Lakal
I did.
is the goddess of healing, also mercy. She has very much stayed out of this and many wars because, well, all of the pain is a bit overwhelming, and wars tend not to be merciful. However, by some interesting twist of fate, Madrian, you just might be the only person that could convince her to join.
That sounds wonderful. I'm so excited to be of service. Do you want to tell me what to say?
I think you being honest will probably be our best bet as, again, goddess of mercy and healing. Not a big fan of lying.
Well, I wouldn't lie. I'm not much good at it. I'm a little bit rubbish.
In this case, that's actually a boon.
So, do we just go through the door?
I think so. Never actually been here. Just sort of asked around a few clerics and was told that this is how the Celestials of Lakal come and go into the material plane. Mortals don't usually use it. It's kind of a faux pas. She doesn't really have counsel like Arum does. So this is just kind of messy.
Well, I don't think I should go in first.
I'll start walking.
I actually just walk backwards into it. I'm sure we'll be fine, and disappear to the portal.
Ruby and Madrian, I'm assuming you follow.
I kind of nudge Madrian.
All right. I'm going. I'll go in.
Stick my head back through. Come on!
I need you all to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh,
Oh, God.
no!
Like, where's my dice? Where did I put it today?
Sheet.
How wise are you?
Uh,
Why does it sound like a game show?
Did everybody roll above a 15?
15
got
exactly?
16.
Where's wisdom? Oh,
23.
What'd you
I ain't so smart. I'm 4.
What'd you roll, Signy?
4.
Oh, you're gonna take 52 points of psychic damage.
I got a headache.
Oh,
It's
no!
as
Oh,
a
shit!
essentially a migraine that should span the length of several days comes crashing in, and everybody, you look back and you see that Signy is actually still clutching her head whenever you land. The first thing that you notice when you land is that you are at the bottom of a waterfall. There are rocks all around. You find yourself with your back to kind of a rock wall. As you look ahead, you see falls, hundreds and hundreds of feet tall, and around these falls are earth moats that are floating. Some of them are pressed into the waterfall and have water cascading all around them. Others are hovering just outside of it. Where you are, there's a lake that the falls drain into, and there's a light mist around you. But as you look higher, you see that there is a sun in the sky, and the sun, way high up in the air, filters light, brilliant white, golden light, down through this incredible archway. This archway in the very center has wrought iron gate, but outside of that are magnificent carvings that almost look like a pair of wings coming straight up out of the top of the falls. And made of stone, made of white, beautiful stone with golden carvings. You see that there are two, what would look like they might be gates, but they are actually wrought iron, but they appear to be in the shape of trees. And from each of them, there are stone pillars coming up. This forms a massive gate that stretches beyond what your eye can see. And that is where we are going to take our quick break.
This would be much prettier if I didn't have a headache.
Actually, I will say, before you go to break, you see a figure approaching. An older humanoid figure slowly approaching. And that is where we will take a short break. Everybody watching, please get something to drink. Please get something to eat. Get up and stretch. Wash your hands. We'll be back. Welcome to the stream.
I'm sorry, I just read the meme.
We have our first special announcement. We have a guest.
Hi.
It's Lady Dave, aka Jordan. We're not gonna use that word today though, because it's already confusing enough. I might have said the name Jordan, and they were both like, "What?" And I'm like, "No."
Yes.
So we have a special guest coming back from break. Sorry about that. Everything was frozen. I would just like to take one quick second, if y'all will indulge me. I'm starting a new business, making dice trays.
Yay!
These are my first 3 that I've made. I have another one, but I can't find it. These are my first 3 that I've made. They're not very. They're fine.
They're wonderful.
They're beautiful. I was experimenting and learning how to make dice trays. They're made of walnut and they're very pretty. And I'm gonna be giving one away today.
How did you glue together all the walnuts in that shape? And this is how Aravad dies.
Look at wooden dice hats.
They're also hats.
Wow.
They're made with real walnut, and they've got a vinyl interior that's very pretty.
Oh, that is dope.
And one day, this one I'm giving away, it has curved edges on the side. And one
Curved
day, they're
swords.
gonna have Wolfwood Studios ingrained in the side, because I'm ordering a little brainer.
Oh, did you name them
man, I
after
want one of those
Camillus
so bad.
Wolfwood, the
Yeah.
famous Senmari
I
and
named them
lore
after Camillus
master?
Wolfwood. So these are the walnut ones. The next one that I'm making is Bloodwood. This one's in progress. It's very pretty. It's got a
That's
black
awesome.
vinyl interior. It's very pretty. It's getting worked on right now. So
It's so nice.
if you would like to, I'm gonna go ahead and start a giveaway for one of these dice trays. If somebody could tweet about it, Mindy.
Can we join?
Yes, everybody can join. Let me just start it up really quick. Add giveaway. Custom. Wolfwood dice tray. I'm gonna run it for 1 hour. Okay. Add. Oh, set a price. Wolfwood Studios dice. Walnut dice tray. Walnut dice tray. I also do custom work, so if anybody wants a custom piece made with pretty much any wood I can get my hands on, any size, I can make octagonal pieces. I can make. I can't make round pieces because that shit's hard. I don't have a lathe. But if I had a lathe, I would make you a round dice tray. What else?
Are we gonna have issues with the commands?
I don't know.
Information?
I don't know. I just started the giveaway. Use dunes. Oh gosh. Oops. Use dunes. Because that's what's left over. Use dunes to enter. Yay. It's working.
I'm just entering real quick.
Yeah. So that's really exciting and I'm really nervous about it. They're not perfect, okay? 'Cause
It's gonna be
They're
great.
wonderful.
Don't worry about it.
Nothing handmade from wood is perfect, okay? Just to let y'all know.
Neither is people.
And a gift from a friend is always perfect.
Yeah. Oh. I think that's it. You have 1 week left to sign up for my Dungeon Master Boot Camp. About 1 week left to sign up. We have a couple open slots left. They are actually kind of going kind of quickly the last week or so. So please sign up. Please sign up. Please sign up. I have had no one apply for my diversity scholarship. No one except for one person. Sign up. Apply for a diversity scholarship. I would make it for free. Okay. What else? I think that's it. Where did we leave off, Aravad?
I got a
We
headache.
had just moved through the portal, which seemed fine to me.
And I got a headache. And then a figure was approaching us.
A figure. Meredith, why don't you go ahead and describe yourself?
So you see this older woman, and you can tell she's older. She's sort of hunched over, and she's very frail looking. At least you think she is, because she's wearing, she's dressed all in white in like a calf length, sort of baggy white dress with the even baggier white loose knit sweater over that. So it's kind of hard to tell what she looks like, but she does look frail. Her face is weathered and wrinkled, and she has this long silver braid that goes all the way down to her knees, and she's using she's got a walking staff in one hand, and she approaches you. Well, hi there, friends. We don't get many travelers these days. What brings you here?
Can you talk a little quieter, please?
Oh,
The-
you didn't make it through the gate quite well, did you?
It would not seem that way, no.
Sorry. That happens sometimes. I will try and keep my voice down, but I'm sure Lakal can help you with that too, if your intentions are good.
Can you also speak louder in real life?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me move my mic closer. Also, that will help.
Well, so, you know Lakal?
Yes, of course. I'm one of her guides. In order to see her, you need one of us to show you the way. I serve her and have for quite some time.
I look to Ruby. And I give her that look of like, is this a person or an angel? Because we've been dealing with a lot of crazy stuff. It's above my...
Looking at me, expecting me to figure that out?
Meredith is a human.
Okay.
That's that's cute.
Although
You're adorable.
now that you are in this astral dominion, once again, just like when you were in the astral sea, you see that your companions have shifted a little bit. Madrian once again has the glowing leaves around his head. Ruby's eyes are wider, her hair a little bit curlier, a little wilder even. Aravad his posture seems to straighten into this kind of regal stature. And Signy's ears grow longer, her features sharper, her tattoos brighter. As if she has gone almost a little feral.
Well, pleasure to meet you. My name is Madrian Wolfhart.
You're adorable. Madrian.
Well,
And I'd
thank
say
you.
you're a bit angelic yourself.
I suppose.
It's
And
a-
the rest of you?
Oh, it is a pleasure. I am Aravad Jael.
Ooh, you look like trouble. I can tell we're gonna get along just fine.
As do you. As do you.
Oh, stop. It's been a long time since I've been any trouble.
My name is Signy Amaranth.
Huh. Signy. I haven't seen one of your kind in a long time either.
I'm Ruby. Ruby Swiftfoot.
And I've never seen one of your kind before. Interesting. Where do
I
you
get that a
come
lot.
from, Ruby?
Oh, I come from just a small farming community way in another plane. No place you would know about.
I too once came from a small farming community, but that was longer ago than I can remember. What brings you to seek why do you seek Lakal?
Gonna look at the group.
Oiler to Arvad?
Well, the material plane finds itself kind of embroiled in a bit of chaos at the moment. I don't know how much of it reaches here, but the primordials are invading and attempting to once again destroy everything. We are, well, we're soldiers in that war, trying to prevent the end. And we are also sort of self-appointed ambassadors. We've been traveling from domain to domain and, well, speaking with various divine beings to gain aid, fight alongside the mortal races, to help preserve what they built.
I have heard tales that this is the case. If you come seeking my mistress, things must be even worse than I thought. She doesn't fight. You do know that.
Yes.
And yet, you would come to her anyway.
The disadvantage the mortal races face is that we wound more easily. We perish faster. And, well, war isn't just about having enough swords. It's also about having proper care and support.
You know, I agree with you. I serve her, but that we have stayed out when people are suffering has seemed odd to me, but I don't. So if you can convince her.
Well, I worry there's a bit too much blood on my hands to convince her. However, and I will point towards Madrian, I think he might be in a better position.
Oh, Angel Face. You might do. Oh.
Meredith, can you hide your camera for me for a second?
You got it.
We can still talk. Just gotta wait for Madrian to show his camera again. all the technical difficulties today. Actually, I'll switch you.
Okay.
That way he's always last. You can show your camera, Marith.
Great. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Where were we?
I guess I'm the one for this.
And what makes...
Well, I've never killed anyone or anything.
You show mercy.
Yeah.
I knew I liked you, Angel Face.
Well, it's good to be liked, I suppose.
He's taught mercy as well.
Has he taught you mercy?
He has.
Oh, that's good indeed. I had to be taught mercy myself. That's why I follow her now. Once, I was not so kind.
Slow.
I was not kind either. But I believe in the months that I've known Madrian and these people, I have changed.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. I can see now why you are the ambassadors. Well, come on. Let me show you the way.
Marith begins to lead you away from this rocky pool that you are nearby, to the side, to the... It's not really east or west here, but if it was morning, it would be a north direction. You get the sense that the sun is perpetually in its place in the sky here. And Marith actually takes you not over the waterfall, but through it. Behind it. You all get a little drenched as the mist rolls over you and you duck underneath this heavy, thundering waterfall.
Sorry about that. I should have warned you to wear your, to wear a hat or something.
Oh, it's quite all right.
Behind the waterfall, it is just as beautiful as in front. You can see the sun through this waterfall, the beams of radiant light illuminating the dark blues and greens of this fresh water. And you can see out there's a never-ending ocean past the rocky cliff face where you found yourselves. And after it takes you maybe 20 or 30 minutes, is there anything you would like to accomplish or to ask your host along the way?
So what brought you here?
Oh, it's an old story and a long story.
Those are the best.
I, like most young people, was tired of my small town and wanted to seek excitement and adventure, and went off to do daring things, save some villages, become a hero. But but I lost a lot of friends along the way as we came across things that were too powerful for us, and I realized that I was better served. That it was better if I, instead of causing chaos and destruction, that I needed to instead find another way. Because as long as my friends and I kept destroying things for peace, it would be reciprocated.
It's funny that the tales of heroism that inspire us, they're very one-sided, aren't they?
They are.
It's very easy to get caught up in the idea of being a hero, not knowing that even that story has a dark side.
So, yes. So I came to the call, and I served, and now I serve her, preaching mercy and helping where I can. It's quieter. But I'm still,
Your story is very familiar to me. Do you mind if I tell it again someday?
I serve as a guide. I feel like, oh, yes, please do. Oh no, I'm frozen. There we go.
No, you're back.
Okay, good. I would quite like that.
Stories are important, and I think telling all of the story is important.
I hope you're a better storyteller than I am. It is not my gift.
Can I get everybody's passive perception, please? Including yours, Meredith.
14.
18?
18.
What level are we at, incidentally?
13. 11. 13.
14.
Is it plus 10?
Yeah, to your passive, or you should have a passive perception under senses on the left side of your character sheet.
I have 13, assuming that I'm at level 10.
Okay.
So passive perception is 17 plus 10?
No, just the 17.
Oh, 17.
Oh my god, Slobs is frozen.
Oh no.
Okay. Sorry, Meredith. Okay. You start to hear wing beats
Ooh.
high in the sky. Heavy. Like a dragon. But bigger than
Yes.
any dragon you have ever seen or heard. Meredith, this is not what you expected.
I assume in the realm of literal healing and mercy that that's not something to worry about.
As you crest through to the top of a cliff outside of the waterfall, you step out and you see in the sky something shining in the light, like a coin. And next to it, a dark spot. What we would know as a black hole. These two, the bright shining silver creature in the sky and this dark hole are coming closer. And closer.
Meredith.
And closer. And you see that this is Bahamut. In a fight against the primordial of nothingness. Nihil.
How are they here?
I don't know. Nobody ever comes here.
Is there something we can do?
Fighting against nothing is a little more complicated than fighting against a tide.
And, out of character, are they crashing down towards us?
So far, they are coming your way, but it does not look like they are quite there yet.
Signy, are you still feeling poorly? Okay. And I will clap my hands together and say, let's mend this a bit.
Marith, you know that there's a protective layer around this island, around this astral dominion that will keep them out. And so you don't feel fear, not yet. But you can see them. And they're getting closer. And you watch as they crash into a large island floating in the sky, and that island is sucked in to the nothingness. Bahamut lets out a fiery breath, and slowly all of this breath weapon is engulfed in this circling nothing that grows slightly smaller. With those passive perceptions, you will notice that they are probably going to crash into your island.
And the call is here with us on this island.
The call is the island.
The call is the
We're gonna go into a skill challenge.
Okay.
Oh no.
So I got healed a little bit.
Yeah.
Can,
Yeah, I was casting Cure Wounds at 4th level.
Go ahead.
So that's... Ooh. Okay. 34 hit points back.
Thank you.
I rolled real well.
Oh my god.
You hear the screeching cries of Bahamut, this new god that was cleaved from one half of Io. Now, you see that this Bahamut is damaging this creature of nothingness, but you are not quite sure exactly how it is working, as they are coming closer and closer, maybe 500, 600 feet away. Who would like to go first? Signy, what do you do?
So I am going to look up at them and raise my hand out and say, halt at...
What's the range on it?
That's 60 feet? Is it too high?
They're 600 feet away.
Oh boy, what do I do? Never mind.
Okay.
Let me think about it.
Okay, go ahead. Who would like to go first? You can still talk amongst yourselves. You don't need to be in order for that.
Well, can this island be moved?
That I'm not in my experience.
Okay.
All
Are there
places,
any...
I will be starting a timer.
That's fair.
Okay.
Are there any, like, massive... You said there's a lot of, like, waterfalls and stuff. Are there any, like, massive trees or huge plants around?
Not that you see in this area.
Crud.
There is a dome that protects this island. They shouldn't be able to get through it.
Bill, what if they do? Because they're coming right for us, and I'm going to look for, like, a safe place, maybe?
All you see currently are the waterfalls. You are standing atop of a cliff in front of a wrought iron gate with the wings, stone wings ascending from it. You can make a perception check if you'd like.
Sure.
Get a better idea of what you see.
That is an 18.
You do sense that there are other creatures on this island. A few Aasimar, actually, you recognize some Solar, some Deva, some other creatures of power, of celestial power. And they are all looking up at the sky in shock and horror. Some fear, some stubbornness, determination. You see some of them erupt wings and begin to fly up as if they are going to join the fight. Maybe not join the fight, but as if they are going up to engage in some way.
Can I roll Arcana to see if I know of a way maybe we could empower the shield around the island a bit more?
Sure, you can roll Arcana.
I was going to say, would I know of any like lodestones or sort of touchstones that would give energy to whatever is this protection?
Sure. Go ahead and roll a history check with proficiency.
Okay.
What'd you get?
23.
Okay. You could certainly. You have spells in your arsenal that you feel like if you went up to the barrier and touched it, you could use your core arcane abilities to empower, or your celestial weave abilities to empower this if you would like to.
Right.
You know that there are, maybe, but you're not sure where they would be.
So, I'm going to try to make the barrier around this island stronger. Bahamut may just be a piece of Io, but Io was a lot on his own. And nothingness is a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I will click my boots together and fly straight towards the barrier.
Okay. You get there and you feel this energy crackling about you. You know that if you're not careful and you touch this the wrong way, the blowback could kill you.
Okay.
So go ahead and do a skill check with proficiency and add your wisdom modifier. Or no, what's your spell? Add your charisma modifier.
Okay. What is our proficiency bonus at this level? 5. Okay, cool. 23.
Okay. You are able to place your hands and not get kicked back from this immensely powerful creature, or this immensely powerful barrier. As you touch it, you do feel sentience from it, as if maybe this is part of Lakal too. What spell would you like to dump into it? I'll say what level spell would you like to dump into it?
Oh, we're going with 7th.
Okay. Okay. You can dump as many spell slots into this as you'd like.
We'll do the 7th and the 6th.
Okay. Roll a spellcasting check, which is add your charisma modifier to the roll.
Sure. 23.
23, that's one success. Marith, Madre, and Ruby and Signy, you watch Aravad fly up, and Marith, for a second, your heart stops as you watch him touch this barrier, because you know the consequences of it. Mm-hmm. But to your amazement, he is able to hold on. And you watch him begin to pour parts of his essence into it. Everybody watches as this shimmering, sort of ethereal barrier glows bright red for just a moment, and then returns back to its form. Describe to me what your characters would be doing to help. Anybody? I see you're all thinking.
Yeah.
I guess I'd be looking for Lakal to maybe convince her to help Bahamut.
You did not, with that perception check, you did not see anybody that resembled Lakal.
Oh, yeah, I was going to ask Marith.
I would have helped him.
Are you going to take them to Lakal? Right now?
Yes, because... Yes, I will take them to Lakal.
Okay. So, in order to take them to Lakal, you need to open the gates, which requires a certain amount of your stamina. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, good.
So I have a trait that is aura of protection. While I'm conscious, I grant all friendly creatures +3 bonus to all saving throws.
So you would get that
So-
+3, Marith.
Fantastic. Okay, so that's a 15.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
It's gonna take you 2 rounds to get the gate open.
Okay.
Can I cast haste on her?
You can try.
Would that speed up? Okay. I'd like to do that then.
Okay, go ahead. Make a spellcasting check.
All right, that's charisma for oracles.
Yeah.
That is a 14.
Okay, that is not a success in this case. It does not speed up her process. Okay. Ruby.
So I
That's our
see
timer.
Oh no.
We're starting a new round. You have
Okay.
1 failure and 2 successes for the first round.
So I see Aravad fly up to this barrier in an attempt to try and bolster it, but I know that he can only do so much by himself.
Yep.
So I would like to. Can I reach the water from where I stand, or is it like down below a cliff?
You can reach the water from where you stand.
Okay. I want to run out to the edge of the water. And again, you all notice that as I do, I don't sink down into the water. I walk across it as if it were still dry ground. And as I do, I just call out, "Flow!" And I'm going to try and redirect the flow of water to try and raise it up as far as I can get it, in an effort that if they do crash through the barrier, there is something else that slows their progress.
I like this. I like this a lot. Go ahead and make a spellcasting check for me, and that for you, that's our wisdom modifier.
Yep. That is a 22.
That is another success. Everybody watches as. Would you like to be on top of this flow as it comes up and begins to kind of?
Yeah,
run
sure,
up?
why not?
Okay. You watch as Ruby steps out onto the waterfall, and with one command from this diminutive halfling, the water stops. It comes to a frozen stop and then redirects upwards, straining and pulling and pushing until it creates a secondary barrier flowing around on itself. Beautiful. Now, Marith, the second round is up, or the first round is up, so you were able to get through. Signy and Madrian, I'm assuming you're still with her. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm going. I don't know if Signy wants to stay behind or what.
So what can I see? Like, because I'm.
Well, through the water, your vision is obscured a little bit. Where are you looking? Are you looking up at the sky? Are you looking down at your feet? Are you looking around you? What would
I'm
you like to
looking
see?
around and like up, and
Okay.
'cause I want to get a
Around-
better view of what's going on.
Sure. So what you see around you, you're still behind the gate at this current moment. It's Marith is opening it. Through the gate, you see an open courtyard made of white stone where there are dozens and dozens of citizens of this island who are just standing and watching. Through that, you see a massive tower made of white stone that comes up to a sharp point. This gate seems to be surrounding it. Around that gate are falls on all sides and then water. This ocean is vast and it goes for miles and miles and miles as far as you can see. Past this barrier, past the water barrier and then the magical barrier, there are different earth moats that are floating around. And then past that are Bahamut and Nihil, who are fighting and coming closer and closer and closer.
Is there any?
Good.
Is there anything weird with the Earth modes? What are they doing?
They're just they're remaining. You saw them kind of on your way up. They are just simply islands existing out in the world. They are just earth motes. Arvad, make a perception check.
That dice later. Uh, 24.
Wow, that's high. You, Bard, man. You sense that you have two options. You can continue to pump more energy into this field, this energy field. And in doing so, you know that if Nahir, with that really high roll, if Nahil crashes into this barrier, you could suffer some serious damage through your connection to it. If you back away, you could also some of the energy that you've pumped into it might be lost. Would you like to stay and continue to pump spells slots into this, or would you like to back away?
I'm going to back away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make one final Arcana check for me.
Okay. 24.
Okay. Anything else from anyone?
I will fly back down and battles are a bit hard. Battles tend to be a bit easier because they're more straightforward, but we can get through whatever is about to happen. I trust that you all will figure something out. Noticing that they're kind of going toward this gate.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay out with Ruby and see how I can help. Madrian.
Well, if you want me to take care of this, maybe if someone wants to get those angels helping, it might be a good idea.
I can see what I can do to help them.
Whatever you're gonna say, whatever you're gonna tell her, you better do it quickly. And I will be right here by the gate, standing guard.
I was attempting to inspire Madrian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Go ahead.
So, no, I was just saying, Madrian, truly you are the one blessed for this circumstance. You can do this. And a note, this purple note, will begin floating around your head.
All right. Third round of the skill challenge.
I go into the portal.
You going through the gate?
Yeah, that she
Through
just
the
opens.
wrought iron gate?
Yeah.
Yes, she opens it. You see this courtyard full of angels and celestial beings. Marith and Madrian, you're going to make a mad dash for the tower. Okay,
Mhm.
I need you to both to make either an athletic check or a constitution check.
Can I cast haste
Yes, on which one?
on Madrian?
Okay.
Solid, because I'm maintaining concentration on Marith's haste.
And also, that's a +3 because I'm with you.
It's not a saving throw, it's just a check.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on
And-
it. Okay.
And that was athletics or constitution?
Constitution.
I'll go constitution. I'm going to use my luck die
Okay.
to re-roll that.
Your luck die, one of your lucky points?
Yes,
Okay.
my lucky points. That is a 19.
Okay. Marith?
I rolled a 16, but I have haste,
Yeah.
which means, sorry.
Which means I just keep that into account. Don't worry about it.
Okay, copied.
And I can
rolled it.
roll the inspiration, right?
Is it only one person? Because I cast it on Madrian.
Yes, Marith has haste from Madrian.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I have a 16 then.
Okay. Marith and Madrian. Marith, what is your speed, though? It's pretty high, right?
It is, in fact, 50 feet.
Okay. Madrian, you're at 30?
And with haste 60.
Okay. It's doubled with haste. Okay.
Then 100 feet.
So even though Madrian seems to be a little bit faster, well, actually your rolls even out, so you are able to keep pace with each other. It takes you less than a round to get to where you want to go, and you see this spiraling tower ahead of you, Madrian. You rush in, and you see in front of you a figure. This figure is made of light. It has no humanoid form. It is almost as if warmth and comfort and mercy had form. Golden light nearly blinds you as you step inside and you are enveloped in Lakal's presence. Marith, you notice that Lakal's presence is dim, dimmed slightly with a bluish hue that is not normally present. You sense that she is worried.
I'm gonna stick right here.
Okay. Meredith, you also know that Lakal does not speak in words. She only speaks in feelings and emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So there's Madryn, there's a moment of acknowledgement, but you do not hear any actual speech.
I know you're busy, and I'll make this really brief and really quick. We need your help now more than ever. If I understand you don't like to fight, I understand that. I don't like to fight or cause other people pain or other things. So I get that. But if we don't do anything, more people and things will suffer. And we need someone to bear a torch for peace. And I know you don't agree with this war, and I don't necessarily agree with it either. But if we don't try for peace and we don't try to help others, then everyone suffers.
Roll persuasion.
All right. I'm gonna use my good old inspiration.
It's a D10 now.
Oh. So a 16 plus 1, 17 plus 9. That is
26.
26.
Was the inspiration die the +9?
Yeah.
If you want, you can roll it again to see if you get a 10. If not, you can keep the 9.
I think I'll keep the 9.
Okay.
Okay. You feel this light shift, swirling bits of energy and matter shifting around with it. It moves up and down and to the side as if something is calculating within it. You sense worry and fear. And then for a moment there's nothing, silence. And then a mote of light exits Lakal, crashes into you, Madryn. Another mote of light exits this figure and crashes into you, Meredith. You see bits of light crashing, leaving out various windows, and if you look out, you see these motes are going to each and every one of these creatures. Ruby, a mote of light hits you square in the chest. Aravad, in the side. Signy, one rolls up your hands and into your neck. And as you look up, you see Bahamut and Nihil crash into the barrier. And in that moment, you watch as Bahamut is nearly engulfed as Nihil presses him against the barrier. He's pinned, trapped. For a moment, all you can do is watch as this platinum dragon is nearly absorbed, and then the barrier drops. This is the third round of the skill challenge.
There are, you said divas and celestials around.
Yes.
All right, you lazy bums. It is, I know we preach mercy, but now is the time. If we're going to protect Our Lady, I suggest you go out there and help that shiny dragon ass.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Okay. That's a 16.
Okay, that's a success.
I have a question.
Answer.
How far are they?
They are within 60 feet.
All right, I'm gonna cast command on what's his face?
Nihil.
The nothing guy. And I'm going to say, flee! try and make him leave.
Okay. I'm gonna roll. I just want to let you know. That is gonna be a success on their part.
On their part?
They did succeed the saving throw.
So does that not do anything then?
Correct. Unfortunately, you feel as though this nothingness power is too strong for yours.
Are there any, like, statues or anything around?
Yes, there are statues around.
Is there one that is particularly large?
Yes, one that is considered a huge creature, or would be considered a huge creature.
That is great. So, seeing that these beings are moving in, Arvad will look over at this creature, or I look over at this creature, and I focus in. Now is the time. Breath of life. We need a little extra. And I will use a 5th level spell slot to cast Animate Object.
Okay.
As my breath turns red, as though it's a cold day, and there's red smoke coming out from me. And it will go and it will envelop the large statue, and at first nothing happens, but then it kind of seeps into the stonework or whatever it's made of, and then it moves. At first very jutting, and then smooth, and it is ready. And I defend your home. And then I will move up towards the fray,
Okay.
and 2 red motes of light will come back out of like my chest right here and kind of float up. And as I fly up, I run my fingers through each of them, and I begin twirling them around. And I reach into my component pouch, and I pull out an amulet that looks like a sun. It almost looks like a holy symbol of Sarenrae, but not quite. And I take this red energy and I press it into the amulet, and it begins to catch fire. And then I throw it towards them. The light of day will break through this nothingness, and I cast Dawn.
Oh, what's the save?
It's not a save.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. Each creature can make a Constitution saving throw.
That's right. Okay. I'm not gonna have this creature make a saving throw because its save is really high. Essentially, what's gonna happen is you cast Dawn directly on this nothingness, and you watch as this dawn is warped and twisted, although you hear the distinct sound of sizzling as something is burning away. You hear Bahamut let out a roarious bit of laughter before swirling around and going to bite and claw at this nothing, trying to tear it apart. You see he is trying to keep it away as best as he can, but unfortunately he is not succeeding.
My animated creature can fly.
Of course it can.
Of course.
So it flies up to try to help. It only has a move of like 30 though, so it doesn't go super quick because it's big.
It begins to fly up, and you watch it like almost like a Superman pose directly for this bit of nothing. And Arvad, you watch as it tries to do exactly what Bahamut is doing and swipe, and it has a massive greatsword that it swings, and as soon as it swings, you watch as it tears a huge chunk of nothingness out, and then it keeps going forward and pulled in, and is pulled in and lost into the void. You feel yourself... that's not a concentration spell, correct? Or is it concentration?
I think it's concentration.
Oh, animate on.
Oh yeah, it's totally concentration.
You feel the concentration drop on the spell.
Well, let's hope that did something.
question.
Answer.
So they're pretty close. Should they have impacted the water at this point?
Oh, my sincerest apologies. I definitely
you're
forgot about
fine.
the water.
You're fine.
It does slow them as they crash through it, but they pull through the water and the water begins to recede.
Okay. As that is starting to, I'm like looking around and I'm panicking a little bit because I don't really know what else I could do. So I suddenly just go, help! And as I do so, this large sword and shield with the symbol of Sarenrae suddenly shows up above my head. And hopefully close enough that it can maybe try and defend the gate. As I cast,
so they are within the courtyard. They are like coming through. So do you want to? Which gate do you want to be defending?
Basically, I just want to have this guardian of faith be summoned directly in their pathway.
Okay. So you would want to put it between between the tower and them. Okay.
Yes.
And tell me again, describe it again, what it looks like.
So it's a large spectral guardian, but all anybody can see is a giant sword and a shield that is emblazoned with the symbol of Sarenrae.
Beautiful. You can see it, and you watch it hunker down and begin to ready itself. In that moment, according to my timer, Bahamut and Nihil crash into the tower. And you watch as big pieces of it are torn apart, thrown away. Your spiritual guardian, you watch, pushes through this nothingness, slashing, using its shield to kind of... You see for just a brief moment, there is Bahamut on one side, Nihil in the middle, your spectral guardian with its shield, and then behind it, Lakal, the light of Lakal, fluttering. But you see that Lakal is tied to this place and cannot move. And for a moment, your spiritual guardian is all that is standing between Nihil and Lakal. And then with that timer, you watch as your spectral guardian and Lakal are consumed by Nihil. Each mote of light that shone and fluttered to each of you bursts. You all have 50 temporary hit points as Lakal gives her dying breath to save each and every one of you. Madrian.
The form I saw originally when I spoke to her, right?
What?
The form that she had when I originally spoke to her, right?
Has been absorbed, yes.
Okay. Before it is absorbed, would I be able to touch it or reach out to it? Let me pitch this. I want to cast Spare the Dying because I think it counts as a living creature.
Okay. I'll make you a deal.
Okay.
You can save Lakal, but you have to give your life instead.
That's such a tough choice.
As you have this formation of this idea in your head, you reach out and you begin to touch Lakal, and you get a sense of recognition from this dying creature in front of you. That maybe you could save her, but it would be trading places. And you see your wife's face and your daughter's faces. You just saw them less than a week, or less than 2 or 3 months ago. You remember the promise you made to Kalia.
I don't save Lakal. Could I cast Ascending in that split second? Because I think... Because she can only communicate with emotions, I want to give her at least a voice in her last moment.
You can just speak to her, you don't need to cast Sending.
Well, okay. I'm so sorry. I can't save you.
You feel a sense of recognition and acknowledgement, and a warmth passes over you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can get out of the way.
Okay. And it's with advantage because I have haste.
Yes.
And then I have a +3 from Signy, correct?
Signy is not within 30 feet of
Oh,
you.
you're right. All right, that is a... What is my dex save? +7, 22.
Easy enough. You and Marith both see this form of nothingness coming to swallow Lakal. And Marith and Madrin, you are just able to get out of the way. The ground underneath you begins to tremble like an earthquake. Marith, you sense that the ground beneath you might be giving way with the life force that once embodied it no longer there to hold it together.
We have to get off this island now. Back to the material. We have. She's. Angel face. We can't stay here.
All right, let's go. And I'll start running.
Ruby, Aravad, Signy, what are you doing?
I will fly back down towards Ruby and Signy, and I actually will pull out my lyre briefly, just kind of grabbing it and strum a few careful notes. With haste, we must leave. Take flight, my friends. And I will strum, and as I strum, 2 more motes of light come out, and I pass through them as I hit these final notes, and I cast Fly on you both.
On who? Signy
On
and...
Signy and Ruby.
Okay. The ground around you begins to fall apart. Chasms shifting open. You watch several Celestials are pulled into the depths. Signy?
I'm so frustrated and angry, but I'm going to cast Expeditious Retreat and upcast it on everyone.
Okay.
As many people as I can.
Okay. I will say, for the sake of this, if you want to use every single spell slot that you have...
I'm using every single spell slot I have.
That you can get near...
Second level, third level, every single slot.
I see it. Okay. You are able to get literally almost every creature in this courtyard. You are able to run by, casting Expeditious Retreat on all of them. You feel a swell of courage as you honor the oath to heroism you made within yourself. And you watch as everybody's able to rush through the first gate. Several creatures dive through the waterfall, over the cliff, towards the gateway that led you here.
Before I go through the gate, I'm going to turn back very quickly and using everything in my core, reach out my hand and send out just a searing ray of fire out into whatever's left.
What order would you like to go through the gate?
I'll go last.
Okay.
I will... Signy, you go. I'm not sure if my spell will maintain if I go first.
We'll go at the same time.
Excellent. And I reach out my hand.
I take it.
I'll go third.
Marith, Madrin.
Last.
Ruby, Madrin. Okay. You see people are rushing through. And as you all look back, you are the last people to go. And as you look back, a giant chasm opens up in the center, and the 2 halves of the island begin to sink into the sea. Bahamut and Dahil continue to fight, and then you watch with one last angry breath, a giant gash down Bahamut's side as Bahamut reaches both of his claws and finally tears Nahil into 1,000 pieces of darkness. You watch the gate in front of you flicker. as if it only has a few moments left. Do you go through?
I'm waiting till everyone else goes through.
Okay.
The last second.
But I guess I'm going through.
Okay, Madryn goes through. Ruby, do you go?
I will, but not before I turn and look back and say,
I'm sorry.
You all are able to get out. Marith, just in the last very moment that this gate exists, you slip through it. And you find yourself on the other side. In the mountains, where you first came through. The call no more.
I crumple to the ground, on my hands and knees. Touching the ground where the gate had been.
I stagger off away from where we exit. Is there anything kickable within sight, like a rock? Or I'm just gonna kick that and like fall to my knees and just kind of let out a yell. Like, I'm not gonna yell right now because of my poor people that live below me.
I will fall down next to Marith. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The war wasn't supposed to be here. It wasn't. Destruction goes where it will. And I'm sorry.
What comes next? There's no mercy.
The funny thing about gods is while they embody various things, they are not always the source of those things. Mercy still exists. Healing still exists. It's gonna be a little bit harder now. But it's more important now.
Oh. You're right. Of course, you're right. Lakal's a part of all of this now.
I'll look over at Madryn and I say, some more than others.
He was the right choice. Well, if you were the right ambassadors, and clearly the strong ones.
I'm going to walk over to Marith and kneel down and put my hand on her shoulder. And I'm going to say, as I go like this, if you don't have a place to go, go to the Feywild. Ask for my family, and we will take care of you.
I've never been to the Feywild. That could be. I feel like I would like that very much, but you came to ask for Lakal's help. I am nowhere near a god, but I can certainly do my part. I've stayed out of this for too long. Maybe after this is all over, I will definitely take you up on that, Signy.
Perhaps. And I'll walk a little closer to Marith, and I'll get down on the ground and kneel in front of her. Perhaps in some way, this is maybe not the way it was meant to happen, but perhaps this is a calling for you. The world right now needs mercy. It needs to know that there is still goodness, despite all the chaos and the death. The world needs to know that there is light at the end of this dark tunnel. And if there is one voice, one strong voice that can still share Lakal's message, we are better to survive this if we know there's hope for mercy and kindness in the end.
You do that yourselves, clearly. But you are right. I can bring that too. You're very wise for one so small.
Height often does not have much to do with the rest of someone's personality.
Appearances can be deceiving.
The gate was in between two, like you said, stone columns, right?
Yes.
I will take back out my lyre and I'll sort of like prop it under my arm so I can kind of strum at it with one hand. And I'll begin to play. And Signy, you'd recognize the melody. It's the melody of the dirge that I sung. But instead of singing, I reach into one of my pockets and I pull out a bit of clay and I walk up to one of the columns and I begin to press it in, and the stone sort of takes on like a blue glow and it reshapes into a statue of Nakal in those last moments, and there are tears running down her face. And then I'm going to keep playing, and I get another piece of clay out, and I walk over to the other column, and I turn it into a statue of Marith. And this statue is... There are also tears, but there is a smile. And it has a hand extended downward. And at the base of the statue, I'll make the stone kind of jut out, and I'll have it write, like, inscribed on it, for those in wealth, leave a gift for those who are poor.
Oh, don't I look fancy?
It's quite fitting. Doesn't quite capture all of you, but...
I mean, I would you hadn't included all of my wrinkles, but, you know, I suppose that'll have to do.
Strum the lyre a bit and change the statue slightly.
Yeah, that's better. Well, where do you didn't get Lakal on your side. What happens to you now?
We move forward. We stand and we fight.
It seems Bahamut won this day, at great cost, but in those last moments. But there are other primordials.
and there are other battles to fight.
If you need my help, you can call on me.
I believe Madrian has some capabilities in that department.
Oh, that's good. Only have letters, and frankly, they're rather slow.
Yeah. I'll be in touch.
As you all sit and ruminate and the consequences of what you have just seen, Aravad's words echoing in the backs of your minds, that is where we will end today's session.